Joseph Campbell said that myths are public dreams, and that dreams are our private myth.
Freud suggested that bad dreams let the brain learn how to gain control over emotions resulting from bad experiences, while Carl Jung suggested that dreams compensated for one-sided attitudes held in the waking consciousness. But they both identified dreams as an interaction between the conscious and the unconscious.
Dreams, I've certainly found, have been a way to resolve unconscious issues. Sometimes I've encountered people in my dreams, ex-boyfriends, old friends, people in my life who, I'm afraid to talk to them about certain things face to face, but in my dreams we've been able to work something out. And that's powerful. It's a powerful tool when you can, because you're freeing up a part of your spirit, a part of your mind, to then go on and do more things.
Absolutely. I think, a good example for me is Salvador Dali was heavily influenced by his dreams in his earlier work, sort of using these really visceral and guttural sort of expressions to identify, or not to identify, to resolve perhaps sort of the childhood issues that he may have had. And I've definitely done the same thing with my painting in a lot of ways, where I'm doing that.
With the 20th century, the use of psychedelics in the 20th century, we've seen the dream state visions come into play a lot more in our culture. They're no longer the unconscious, unseen images. They are brought out in media and in everything that we do. They're there now. We're encouraged to express the unconscious.
If more of our negative emotions are experienced through our night dreams, and perhaps more of our positive emotions are experienced through our daydreams.
Yeah. No, I think there's two types of conscious dreaming. I'm sure there's more, but for me, there's two. One is sort of fantastical dream, where I'm, dreaming that I could, I could fly, I could go to the stars, and these sort of these two completely unrealistic dreams. And then there are dreams like things that I want to achieve in life. A dream of like making a 20-foot by 20-foot painting, or finding myself on some coastal land with big trees and beautiful space. For sure, those are two different things, right? One is that I have the ability to achieve. The other is simply fantasy.
They feed into one another. The unconscious dreams support our conscious goals in life. Whenever you're feeling down, things are not going so well, the dreams will express anxiety, but sometimes there's a dream that expresses freedom, and you can take inspiration from that. You can take it into your life and make it part of what you're doing.
Right. And I think that there's good things that come from daydreaming because, first of all, your brain is relaxed, you can think more smoothly, and the greatest geniuses of the human race have daydreamed. Albert Einstein, Leonardo da Vinci is a great example, and Salvador Dali, of course. There was a guy named Eric Klinger who did research during the 80s, and he found that most people who daydreamed worked in everyday jobs, boring jobs as he called them, such as lifeguards and truck drivers. And they used vivid daydreams to ease the boredom of their routine tasks.
I think that's why we've seen a rise in modern society and the popularity of film, TV, video games, because we've forgotten how to dream, and those allow us an escape. You look at the evolution of that in the 20th century, the evolution of theater. There was a movement towards naturalism and realism in theater, in the performing arts. How can you make it as real as possible, as close to real life as possible? And then there was a complete turnaround from that, where they're like, we have real life all around us. We need the theater that we're seeing, the arts that we're putting in front of people to be an expression of the unconscious. We need to make it surrealistic instead of realistic. And you have people like Brecht and amazing writers like Lorca who really achieve that in that medium. We're watching it, it's like a dream. And in that state, the unconscious mind of the audience is able to find some resolution too.
Indeed. It's like Waiting for Godot, I think, fits within this as well. This business of, just this absence of something. And I think maybe that is simply a metaphor for the absence of interest in people's lives, that everything seems to have become mundane. We all sort of flow through the daily here and there. But I think if we look within the daydreams we have, and we act upon the things that mean something to us, there is a lot there for us to find.
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here, while these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme no more yielding but a dream.